Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use our tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. And I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne to God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all, let's get into it. God, what information do you have for us to become the alchemist of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? God, what messages do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me as far as possible. God, in my prayer. All right. 2 messages, please. 2. Thank you. The mystery. All right. Ooh, exploration and presence. Exploration and presence. Angel number 49. Make sure you check out the description box below. There are always additional information, guidance, as well as resources and information about me at honestlysis.com. So, angel number 113. With this present exploration, I feel like what God is saying is... So with this card of presence, it has this angel here, like literally, and light is illuminating them. It's like they're standing there and it's like out in the open. I feel like what God is saying, stand in your power. Like just practice standing in your power. Walking in the world as your true self and see what type of adventures will come to you, will attract to you naturally. I feel like what God is saying, if you have been wanting to explore or go out into the world more, or if you're nervous about exploring or going out in the world, like after being in quarantine, after going through this process of awakening, I feel like God is saying, if things are going to be different, like when you vibe different, you attract different. I had another video where I was talking about this, like the like attract like. Like when you walk out into the world, and if you are your true self, when you walk out into the world, you're going to attract different versions of yourself. Actually, even if you're not your true self, you're attracting different versions of yourself. Because the world is nothing but our mirror. So if anything comes up, it's just coming up for you to pay attention to. And so like I had this racist man pretty much say something to me. And I was grateful that he said it because it illuminated that I do have a little bit of vengeance in me. There is something that I do need to release about feeling like I want to get even or get some type of revenge. And I really don't want to operate that way. Like I know in my bones, I know I don't want to operate that way, but I know it was in my spirit a little bit, you know? So he's showing me that it allows me to address that so that I can clean up my energy so that I can step more into the fullness of who I truly am. See, that's the thing we have to understand. There's shout out to Dr. Crystal. I don't want to steal her shit, but like it's just because it's really in alignment with what I've been saying. Like when people get this, you know, becoming your best self or becoming an alchemist, like. And please forgive me if I even made it seem this way, but it's not you having to change who you are. Like, you don't have to change who you are. You're just becoming more of who you are. Does that make sense? You don't have to change who you are. You're just becoming more of who you are. Because when we were kids, we were taught, oh, you have to talk a certain way. You have to be, you have to present yourself a certain way to be acceptable in society. And so you put filters on yourself. You put filters on the way that you walk and you move in the world. Not realizing that by you putting filters on yourself, you're changing the way that you attract. You change your energy because now you're not being your full self. Do you understand how it always goes back to presence? So as you start doing this awakening process, when you're moving, like when people be like, oh, and then you realize your life isn't shit, it's not because it's like your life is literally not shit. It's because you're like, oh, I'm not in alignment with this. Like, like this is not a reflection of who I am. Like this, I don't even know how the fuck I got here because I was not aware. Like, like that's why people make changes. You don't have to cut people off because they're toxic. Like you cut people off because they're no longer in alignment with who you are. You see what I'm saying? I hope that you feel what I'm saying. And I feel like what God is saying with this exploration, or with you trying to become the alchemist, or you trying to change your life, it's not like you, I really want you to understand, God is not going to make you do something you don't want to do. Angel number 1230. He's not going to make you do and move in a way that's not true to you. So that's why becoming an alchemist, becoming more like God, like becoming a spiritual being, is becoming your true self. Is being the presence of it, is allowing your soul expression to match your ego, your outside appearance. And it's not about having your soul run everything, because that's probably why I really truly believe that's why people go manic, because their soul just start taking over. Be like, bitch, we got this motherfucker, I ain't never going back. Like, I really feel like that's why people go manic. But it's the trifecta. Like when you start getting your body, your mind, and your spirit all on one accord, you're in your full presence. You're in your full God body potential. You're in your light. When you're in your light, you attract shit, right? When the light is on, people be like, oh shit. If you a magnet, this is oh yes, thank you God. That's the best way to think about it. The quote unquote unwoke people are the ones who have their magnetization, their magnet thing down. It ain't even on. It's switched off. Their light is switched off. All that shit is off. But when you become aware and you become awakened, your light is on. Your magnetism is on. And you start drawing things on. The other thing, I don't even have to pull any cards, but the reason why it's so important for you to become in sync with your emotions, because I've been talking about that a lot on this channel, is because what I was telling y'all, energy and motion. Your heart is the most powerful generator there is. So that's why I say do what you love. That's why I always come down to love. You can research that. The heart is the biggest magnetization field. So you're not going to think your way to this. Okay? Oh, God, you're so funny. Okay. God, clarify this message of presence and expiration. What do you want us to understand about standing in our presence? What do you want us to understand about us being more true to ourselves? What potential obstacles, roadblocks? How can we step more into our God body presence? How can we really truly activate that our spiritual beingness? How can we activate our divine right to be a being and actually move through the world that way? How can we turn away from the things that are no longer serving us so that we may serve you, aka ourself? Because that's what it comes down to it. That's why people like, wow, I didn't even mean to do that, but let's do it. That's why people are like, they look at people like Issa and they look at Jay and Drake and they're like, oh my God, how are they doing it? They're a magician. Low key, I don't know how nobody haven't said like Drake's a magician. Like he's a fucking wizard. Because that nigga's an alchemist. Like, look at the facts. Like, just look at the facts. He's an alchemist. Period. Look at Jay. Look at B. Alchemist. When Jay miss? When Jay missed? I wish I had an audience. When did Jay miss? When has B missed? Angel number 833. I was telling myself the other day, I am so fucking happy I did not take my ass to California as soon as I got out of high school. I'm so happy I didn't do that. I'm so happy I wasn't a childhood actress. I'm so happy that God sat my ass down and was like, learn your fucking self. Know who you are. The other day I was watching the Real Housewives of New York. I really like Bethany. I really like Bethany. And so at first I had started on like season 7, but it was something about Bethany. I'm like, I want to go back. I want to see her origin story. Like I want to see her come up. And it was this other girl on there, and they was just talking about like, oh yeah, when you get to when you're with the this is all of them low key except for Bethany. Like when you're in the New York elite, you have to have a Hamptons house, and you have to dress a certain way, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and and I was just like, God, I want to be wealthy and I want to experience all those things, but I'm not trying to do it so I can climb some social calendar. I just want the fucking experience. Like, I just want to do the shit. Like, just to say I did it. You know, like I'm not trying to get anybody to approve of me. Like I don't need that. I don't need that validation. That's what, when you don't know yourself and you get a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of attention, that's how you get slayed. For presence is the Ace of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. God is saying, once you recognize that, actually, what the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. Wow. This is interesting. This is weird, but it's interesting. So for presence, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. God is saying, I can't bless who you pretending to be. Wow. Look at this. God is like, I can't bless who you pretending to be. How can I offer you this brand new beginning, this tangible blessing, this, how can I show you your true power if you're faking it? If you're not being who you really are? God can't bless the person you're pretending to be. That's why you have to take the time. And it's not even pretending to be. Because I feel like for some of y'all, it's not even that you're pretending. You're just not aware of your true potential, of your true power. It's like, for some reason, it's like you're denying the greatness of you. And I feel like what God is saying, if you would just accept the greatness of you, accept that you are a child of God and that I've created you in the image of love and that you are here to shine light in this world, then I can gift you all the things that you need. I can't I can't bless who you're pretending to be. I keep hearing that. I just keep hearing that over and over. I can't bless who you're pretending to be. This is under presence, y'all. It's like, it seems like God is saying, the moment that you step into your power, the moment that you just accept yourself, stop judging yourself. Angel number 1245, I can bless you. I can give you that tangible blessing that you've been looking for. And it's honestly because you've been denying yourself it. It ain't, and that's what it is. It's not even that God is giving you it. It's because you've been denying it. It's like you want something, but you don't even want to acknowledge that that's something that you want. Because society told you that's not what you're supposed to be, supposed to be aspiring for. But God said, accept it, because I'm not judging you for a goddamn thing. Once you do that, you'll see your power. And it's all as simple as stepping into your power. Wow. What I was about to say, angel number 1325. What the fuck was I about to say? Damn, I lost it. Dang, it was so... Okay, I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. Okay. That's not been meant to us. For exploration, Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. God said make a choice. It's time for you to make a choice. It's time for you to look at the reality of your situation and make a choice. Angel number 1411, or what type of life you want to live. Do you want a life of wealth and luxury? If you do, should you be making decisions in alignment of that? Should you be moving and exploring in a way to bring you wealth and stability? With Issa coming out, telling you that you got the power to run your own life. With the Knight of Cups, Jesus Christ. Okay. And God is saying it's time to stop working and just to feel accomplished. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 Okay. So, I don't know if you guys heard of a writer named Jazz Fly. But she was a writer who wrote on This Is Us. Charlamagne had her on his podcast a couple of times. And she also wrote on Jim Carrey's most recent show on Showtime. And Jazz Fly, her story is that she's a writer from Chicago. And she worked her way to This Is Us, and she worked her way to Hollywood, and she had some stumbles, but she was able to overcome it. Charlamagne calls her Oracle, and she took her life this time last year, I want to say. And if I'm being honest, which I always am, angel number 1515, angel number 1555, and maybe 1515. Her death really fucked me up. Her death really bothered me because I recognize so much of myself in her. And so it was like, for her to make it, it made me feel like it's possible for me to make it. And for her to commit suicide, it was just like, damn. You know, like, it was like, it got me nervous. And I'll be honest, guys. I don't have suicidal thoughts. Like, I've never been that type of person. But last summer, I feel like it was like a suicidal spirit going around or something last summer. But last summer, I really found myself like struggling and not even like struggling to be like, well, how should I do it? But it was like, I was scared to even have those thoughts, to even get myself to that place. Like, and it was because I was just so alone, and I was just like, damn, like, it kind of feels like, you know, like, yeah, I'm working towards all this and I'm trying to be a better person, but fuck, am I doing all this to be alone? Like, I don't, you know. And then for Jazz to die, it was just like, well, fuck, like, I don't want to accomplish all this shit and fucking kill myself. You know, like, it was just, it sounds dark, but like, I was really there. Like, her death really, really bothered me. It really bothered me. But then the other day, I ran across the clip from her, and she was talking about her life and how, you know, she was trying to figure out like how she got herself in a position that she was currently in. And, you know, for anybody that was paying attention to her timeline, you could definitely see like she was going through some shit, but of course, like, we don't know the weight of what she's going through. And she talked about how like some nigga, and I know it's a nigga because it feels like it's a nigga, but like some nigga like rocked her world and like fucked her up and like, anyways, and so she was just saying like she made this list and she put like all the things that was adding to her life and that she feels like she should do, and all the things that wasn't adding to her life and that was draining to her. And she recognized that like those lists was two different things. And so she said that she had to ask herself and tell herself like, you know, are my actions in alignment with where I'm trying to go? And I had to, in that moment, like that gave me some peace, because I knew, I know that, because I know why I'm in the place I'm in. And I know why I feel the way I feel. And I know why I feel isolated. And it's not because people, you know, fuck me over, or because people kick me out of a friend group, or because people rejected me. It's because I made a decision that peace can't dwell in chaos. I made a decision that I am going to live a life of wealth and luxury and peace and love no matter what. And so it took for me to cut certain things out of my life in order for me to be in this place of peace. And sometimes peace can feel, when peace is foreign, and that's why I was telling Dr. Crystal, I'm like, I feel like I'm in this place where I don't know how to be in peace. Because it's like, if you're not careful, you can just create chaos because you don't know how to be in peace. You don't know how to just sit in yourself. And so these last couple of weeks, like, I've been just sitting in myself and like recognizing, oh yeah, I'm just human. I'm just a fucking human. And being a human means that we're going to have these moments where you feel like you're on top of the world and like you're killing it and like, you know, you can't do no wrong. And then you're going to have moments when you have your feelings hurt. Yo, I literally didn't even do no videos because I lost a subscriber yesterday. Real life. No shit. Like, it hurt my feelings. I'm like, fuck. I'm doing all this shit. And I'm losing people. But I'm human. Guess what I did? I did some yoga. I shifted my energy. And I woke up this morning and I got back to it. Because I'm focused. I'm set on where I want to go. And so I feel like God is saying, it's time for you to make a choice. You have to make a choice on what type of life you're going to live. And it starts by who you are on a day-to-day basis. It starts by you being consciously aware of the choices that you are making. Angel number 2134. I think I'm going to leave it there. Get you a work your light, and then I'm going to get us on out of here. All right, God, clarify this message of presence, exploration. What are you trying to get us to understand about making a choice to stand in our power, God? God, what are you trying to give us with this Ace of Pentacles and this Knight of Pentacles, God? What blessing is on the other side of fear, God? What door do we need to walk through, God, to get to that great potential? God, allow no room for doubt and confusion. All right, and the two cards that came out are Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead under presence? And then for exploration is Inner Temple. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And so I feel like before I even go into this, again, with presence and the Priestess coming out, I just feel like God is saying you're sitting on so much power and you don't even recognize it. I was watching High on a Hog yesterday, and it was the episode that explored the origins of mac and cheese, or cheese pie, as what they used to call it. And she was saying, like, well, I just found that out. Like, I didn't grow up knowing that information. And she was like, but every Black person has a story like that. You have to think about, so many people want to look at our skin and tell us all the stuff, but you have to think about all the stuff our people had to overcome. My granddaddy he became a master mechanic, and he didn't even have a 3rd grade education. He built his family an indoor plumbing system when people was like, he didn't even have an education. Like, how the fuck? You know, like, how did he? But that's just his mind. And now my brother is an electrical engineer doing the same shit. You know? So that's what I'm saying. You don't even reckon, like, that's what God is like. Stop trying to learn some shit. Stop trying to read a book. Like, you ain't got to do anything. You just got to sit in yourself. You just got to recognize the divine power that you have in just being you. God is saying you have to be willing to make a decision to go deep within yourself so that you can be your true self. All right. So I'm going to activate you guys and then leave you. Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, okay. So I'm going to, okay. So I'm going to read the action card first and then leave you with something to think about. Inner Temple. You are being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart, to incorporate true devotion into your life. You could be being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with rhythm. To develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you are seeking are waiting for you in the portal of your heart. But you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and soak up and show up to it, the more clearly it can guide you. We are here to grow as souls. Earth is one big playground for the soul to learn. And you are being called to go deeper into your soul growth or to increase your devotion by being a student of a lineage or a spiritual teacher. If you have already been a committed student, then you are being commended for your devotion. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are, and that the time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you are questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus towards devotion into this prayer. Please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. Commit to a daily practice of devotion. And so I think I said in the very beginning of this sentence, in the sentence of this video, God is not going to have you do something that you don't want to do. God is not like this. He's just not that type of person. Like, he's not going to make you do something you don't want to do. That's why it's never going to feel like work. That's why this card came out reverse. That's why he's saying you just need to find what you love to do. Find what makes you you. For me, writing. For me, these videos. Like, I can't even tell you. Like I was telling y'all, I don't even know what type of fucking lane I'm in. I half the time don't even know how to describe what I'm doing. But I'm showing up. This is my form of my devotion. And also, when I was reading that, Morning Pages was coming to mind. And Morning Pages, you can literally Google it, but it's a Julia Cameron technique where you wake up every morning, the first thing in the morning, and you write 3 pages. And it doesn't matter. It don't have to make sense. You just let it all come out. And I used to say this a lot on the channel, but I feel like that's a really good way to start understanding and finding your limiting beliefs. And so maybe for the next 3 days or the next 3 weeks or the next 3 months, go buy you a journal and just like start telling yourself every morning your story for yourself. Tell yourself your stories about your childhood. If you can't remember, just, every morning, just try. For 3 pages, write whatever comes to your mind. And if it's nothing from your childhood comes to your mind, whatever thoughts coming across, let it go. You got to get it out. Like I keep telling you guys, this mind up here, it's a beautiful motherfucker, but it ain't nothing but a computer. And so you have to get that information out of there. I have done Morning Pages plenty of time. Started it off complaining, talking shit about people. And by the end, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so much better. I'm so amazed. I'm so ready for life. I've done Morning Pages plenty of times, worried about something, or I don't know how this is going to work, or I feel I'm concerned about a problem, or I'm trying to figure some shit out. And in the middle of writing it, by the time I finish it, I have an answer to my problems. The answers are inside of you. You don't have to seek so much. All right, your last message is from the Priestess. And this is actually a inquiry card. So this is something for you to think about. Right? 46. This may be my last message. All right. The Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It is by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life you long for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles and the peaks and the thorough. You don't need to know the way, just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be a leader? How can you be the leader you wish you had? Wow. Wow. Y'all, I was not expecting that. I don't know what I thought that message was going to be, but I was not expecting that message. I was not expecting that message. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? Breaking a chain. Ancestor patterns, healing and rewriting the future. Y'all, how can you be the parent that you wish you always had? How can you create the community that you wish you always had? I can tell you right now, you can't do it by pretending to be somebody you're not. You can't do it without knowing yourself and going inside. And so I feel like what God is saying is that he wants this is the thing, the chains are broken. You just got to take the motherfucker off. Take it off. Step in your power. Feel that freedom of becoming the alchemist of your life. It's not that hard. But first, you got to be willing to face yourself. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Y'all. God is, y'all. I am like ringing a bell over here. God is moving. How can you become the leader that you always wanted to be? How is life asking you to step up and lead? I feel like it's somebody. I feel like I'm talking to somebody. You're scared of it. You're scared of stepping in that light. But we need you in that light, baby. We need you shining. The moment that you face that thing that scares you the most, the moment that you decide to stand up instead of run, God can bless you. The moment that you stop pretending, angel number 3303, and just be who you are, God can bless you. But first you got to make a choice and decide what life you want to lead. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe so you will never miss out. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Y'all, God is saying it's light work. These blessings I'm about to bring to you is light work. It ain't going to feel like work when it's done. It ain't going to feel like work when it's done. You're just going to look up and things are going to be over. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm just going to leave y'all with that. He's breaking chains. He's breaking chains.